Trying to focus lah. Huh? Sikit lah. Oi! You okay? Yep. The hips, man. Stopping it. Baru.
Alright. I'm gonna be talking about how I've created the smart man's Iqon AG10 or Faction Tactical V1 as they call it. Got a lot of things to say about the skate, so buckle in. So this is my current setup, or what I like to call my Captain America or Superman or Spider-Man or Sonic the Hedgehog setup because of the red, white and blue USA, USA, USA. Anyway, stuff on the top. So this is a USD Carbon Navy 2016. It's a EU42. I'm an EU41, so it's too big for me. I gutted it and I put a second skin liner in. Now it fits perfect. If you have a carbon that fits you nicely, you don't have to gut it. I think that the integrated liner works just fine. First off, if you have a USD Carbon, I strongly recommend in the highest degree for you to go and buy an Iqon cuff and just slap it on. So a lot of problems they had with the USD Carbon was that the cuff was too low and a lot of people have ankle problems. That's completely resolved. The Iqon cuff, it has so much support. The EU42 Carbon will not fit a small cuff. You have to get a large cuff, but the EU41 will fit a small cuff. The 45-degree strap I replaced with a toe strap of a shadow sole plate, which just works perfect and in fact lends even more support than the stock toe strap. Some wax laces on. So let's talk about a USD7 sole plate, which I was comparing to the shadow sole plate that I had on here before. So the USD7 sole plate is a work of art. Right? There's a reason that the USD made the USD7 and discontinued the entire skate and it's kept the sole plate and made it a de facto sole plate for all gods and Iqon because it's just amazing. The sole plate slides amazing. The groove, the backside groove is the best part. So it's just wide enough that you can lock your groove tricks and it just holds you there and you don't really have to balance much, and yeah, you can just basically lock and forget about it. It is on par with the Razor's Genesis or SL in terms of how well it locks you on, and the shadow backside groove just falls short of that by a couple of points, but enough for it to matter. The only advantage that the shadow sole plate has over the 7 sole plate is that, you know, because of how wide the soles are and how square it is, I felt very confident of locking soles and topside tricks, and you know, I could spin into it and feel very confident of locking it. I didn't get that with the 7 sole plate, but I think it's a worthy trade-off for the backside groove. Moving on, the carbon fiber shell makes the skate super light and responsive, and coupled that with the full aluminum frame and the aluminum core wheels, you know, it's just a level of responsiveness to the ground and the skating that I've never felt before in my, you know, I've skated I started skating 19 years ago. I've skated maybe 14 out of those years. I've skated about 6 different brands and about 12 different models, and I can say without a shadow of a doubt that this setup right now is currently is the best feeling that I've ever felt in terms of both skating normally and all grinds. The plastic sidewalls are essential though, even if you are putting metal frames on. So definitely hit up Lee Robinson or Justin Thursday if to have some custom made for you. The only negative I would say is that it's in terms of the shock absorption, because everything is so connected and there's a lot of power transfer. It doesn't absorb shock as well. I bought a huge EVA foam sheet to go and make footbeds out of, and to put in between the sole plate and the boot, but it made the carbon boot supine too much on my right side. It did on my left, which is weird, but it made it unskatable. It was too much pain on the ball on my right foot, so I had to take it out. It's all fine until you drop anything higher than maybe, I would say, six steps or higher. Then you start to feel the impact, and of course if you're doing big gaps, then the effect of the impact is just going to compound. So the only advantage that I would say that plastic skates have over carbon fiber is that, one, they are a lot lighter. So if you want a very light skate, like the Iqon, then of course this can compare. Or if you want it a lot cheaper, of course plastic skates are a lot cheaper to produce. But if you are past the beginner, if you skated more than 2 years, for example, and you skate once a week or more, it's definitely worth investing in a carbon fiber shell. There's a reason why all the skate companies on the upper end of the market, Faction, Iqon, Adapt, they have all shifted to carbon fiber. The thing is that Adapt does not have a removable cuff, and I think that's what the feedback they had with a full carbon fiber shell, that it was too stiff. I haven't skated the dialing shell, so I don't know how that feels. The AG10 has a carbon fiber cuff, which I feel makes it way too stiff for aggressive skating, and it's the same problem as the Adapt, that it's too stiff. You need some give in the cuff area. I think Fashion has nailed it the most, but if you have any old carbons lying around that you can just go out and get some $20 cuffs on, and find some USD 7 sole plates, I think that's a great option you can take to have the same kind of feel as a premium skate for a fraction of the price. See what I did there? All opinions expressed here are my own. No skate company is paying me to say this, even though I wish they would. So with all that said, I still strongly recommend that you go out and buy some of the new models from Iqon or Faction or Adapt. These guys, they put a lot of time, effort and energy and money into making products for an industry that we love, and we should reward them for their efforts and not waste time thinking about people and companies that have obviously made it very clear that they don't care about the riders or rollerblading in general. You know who they are. We all know who they are. So let's support the people and invest in the people who are investing in us. Thanks for watching, and stay spicy.